Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we were discussing about the assets. In that we saw that assets can be divided into three categories. First is non-current assets, second is current assets, and third is fictitious assets. And we also discussed on non-current assets. Non-current assets are those assets which are used for the period of more than 1 year. They are also known as long-term assets or fixed assets. Land and building, plant, machineries, furniture, trademark, copyrights, patents, goodwill, franchises are all examples of non-current assets. Non-current assets can also be categorized into further two categories. First is tangible assets and second is intangible assets. Tangible assets are those assets which have physical existence and can be seen or can be touched is known as tangible assets. For example, land, building, plant, machineries, furniture, etc. are included in tangible assets. Whereas intangible assets are those assets which do not hold physical existence and which cannot be seen or cannot be touched are known as intangible assets. For example, trademark, copyrights, patents, goodwill, etc. are included in intangible assets. Now, let's discuss the second category of assets, that is current assets. Current assets. These assets are of that kind whose time duration is of less than 1 year. These assets can be converted into cash. For day-to-day transactions of business, these assets are used. In current assets, cash balance, bank balance, debtors, bills receivable, raw material stock, finished stock are included. In short, we can say that current assets are those assets whose time duration is less than 1 year and that those assets can be converted into cash. Business also uses these current assets for the day-to-day transactions of business. Cash balance, bank balance, debtors, bills receivable, raw material stock, finished stock are all included in current assets. Now, the next is liquid assets. Liquid assets are recognized as subcategory of current assets. Means liquid assets come under the head of current assets. All current assets excluding stock are recognized as liquid assets. Means all the current assets except stock, because stock is not considered as liquid assets. So all the current assets excluding stock are known as liquid assets. These assets excluding stock can be converted into cash very quickly. It means in a very short period. For example, debtors, bills receivable, etc. can be quickly converted into cash. So liquid assets are those assets which can be converted into cash very quickly in a very short period, and all the current assets except stock are also known as liquid assets. Now, next type of assets is real assets. Real assets means real assets means assets that have value in reality. These assets have market price. This means it has realizable value. These assets can be converted into cash. In these assets, tangible, intangible and current assets are included. From sale of such assets, if money can be realized, then they are known as real assets. Through sale of real assets, cash can be procured. It means that real assets are those assets which have a value in reality and which have a market price. And through sale of real assets, money can be earned. Then they are known as real assets. So by selling real assets, business can earn cash, and in that tangible, intangible and current assets are included as real assets. Now the next category of assets is fictitious assets. Fictitious assets do not have physical form. Realizable value of fictitious assets is zero. It means that through sale of fictitious assets, money is not earned, and this type of assets also do not have a physical form. These assets cannot be converted into cash. This is non-recurring expense, means this is a type of expense, but it is not a continuous expense. Like it is rarely occurred. This expense rarely occurred in a business, so it is known as non-recurring expense because it is not a continuous expense of business. But the benefit of this expense is available for the period of more than 1 year. Though this is a non-recurring, means non-continuous expense, but the benefit of that expense is available for the period of more than 1 year. This amount is to be written off, means cancel in certain years, thus shown as an asset. So it means that when this expense is written off, then it is shown as an asset. Every year, predetermined amount is written off and shown as an expense. So every year, like predetermined means like by assuming that expense, every year, like by assuming the amount of that expense is written off and it is shown as an expense. Issue cost of share and debentures, preliminary expense, share or debenture discount, etc. are illustrations of fictitious assets. Means like issue cost of share and debentures, like while issuing share and debentures, those costs are known as fictitious assets. Preliminary expense, share or debenture discounts, like when the discount is given on the issue of share or debentures, these all are the examples of fictitious assets. Fictitious assets are also known as spread revenue expense or deferred revenue expense. So in short, we can say that fictitious assets do not have a physical form, and through earning through sale of fictitious assets is zero, and it is a non-recurring expense, but that benefit of expense is available for more than 1 year, and and that preliminary amount has to be written off in certain years. So every year, predetermined means assuming that amount is written off and shown as an expense, and like issue cost of share and debentures, preliminary expense, share or debentures discount are all examples of fictitious assets. Now the next is receipt. Receipts are when money is received due to consequence of business transactions. It is known as receipt. These receipts are classified on the basis of their nature. Receipts regularly received during the year and not regularly received during the year. Business receives regular receipts from day-to-day activities. For example, receipt of the sale in business, receipt of commission, receipt of dividend. These receipts are received on a regular basis. Certain receipts do not have regular nature. These receipts are categorized into two categories. That is, regular receipts, which are known as revenue receipts, and capital receipts, which are not regular in nature. So, in short, we can say that receipt is the money which is received due to the consequence of business transactions. Means whenever business do a business transactions, then business receives money and also receives receipt. So that receipt is can be classified on the basis of the nature. Means receipts which are regularly received in the year and with receipts which are not regularly received during the year. So in regular, like receipt of sale in business, receipt of commission, receipt of dividend, all are regularly received by the business. So receipt can be categorized into two categories. First is regularly received, which are known as revenue receipts, and capital receipts, which are not regular in nature. So we would be discussing that capital receipts and revenue receipts in the next video. Now, if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.